Okay, so I am going to show you how to do this image. First though, we need to remove the background and make this grayscale. So let's go into our history. I'll make a snapshot real quick. So you need to either have a white sky or no sky whatsoever. So let's take our quick selection tool and let's select the sky. Get in here as much as possible. I'm just clicking around. I'm not going to worry about this down here because I will get that removed later. So I'm going to get in between my poppies as much as I can. Kind of large areas. Don't worry about the small ones. And now I'm going to select inverse because I want the poppies selected. And I'm going to refine the edge. I'm going to click on Smart Radius and a large brush, maybe not quite that large, and then I'm going to brush over things that I know that I need to come back. See how that pops in there? I'm going to go over this and see how the blue disappears. That's important. It's going to, I'm going to go over that one more time. Over this. You're just going to go in your areas you're going to work in. Obviously, I need to bring this stem back and some more of these. Go back over it. If it's really light, if you go back over it, it'll work a little bit better. Just bring back in some of these things over here that I really want, like so. See how that nicely got rid of all of that? Make sure that you go over like the actual stems and stuff. Okay, so that's selected. I'm going to press OK. Now this is selected. I'm going to Command J. So now I have a new layer. Just this. I'm going to add, make sure default Testy. I am going to add a gradient map under my adjustments. So now I have a black and white image. If I want to bring the color back in, I just go into my layer and I hide this. I'm going to click back on here and then I'm just going to use the quick selection again. And I'm going to select the reds. Oh, I forgot one of the stems there, but it's okay. Just be a floating poppy for right now, I suppose. And then I am going to go back to my gradient map and I'm just going to fill that in black and they have come back. So now I have that. Now I need to go back into this image and I have all these layers. Okay. So I'm going to go into my history, back to the beginning, crop this down to 8 by 10. I want a little more space on her right side than on her left. Hit enter. Again, I'm going to make this black and white. And flatten that. Command E will just flatten that for you. Again, I'm going to select my background. Select inverse. I'm going to go back into my refined edge, do the same thing I did last time, Smart Radius. Larger brush than last time. Go around the edge of her hair. The edge of her face, this edge of this hair. Press OK. Command J. Go into my layers. I'm going to create a new layer. I'm going to fill that white. So now I have a nice white background. I'm going to adjust the levels just a little bit on this one first. So I'm going to go to my levels. Oops, that's my histogram. Sorry. Going to my adjustments, levels, and I'm going to adjust this so it's a little bit brighter overall. And I'm going to merge that down. And I'm going to duplicate that one again, Command J. So now I have 2 layers of that. And I'm going to go into my FX, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make there a shadow on the top of that. So what I want to do is I want to go in to my gradient overlay. So I have a gradient overlay. I want this to be multiply, opacity at 100%. I want it linear, and I want the angle over here. The reason I want the angle over here is because I want the white in the face and the dark in the hair. So if your face is facing the other direction, you're obviously going to rotate this around. Okay, but I want it here. Then I want scale to be 40. As you can tell, now it's pretty dark if I clicked this off. And that's what I want. So I'm going to press OK. If I want to get rid of some of that brightness, I can just paint over the mask with black. I want to bring back the light in her face. Like so. I can also add another levels if I need to brighten things up again. Okay. Now I'm going to place my poppies in here. So I need to merge that down and select all, and I'm going to control copy. There's lots of other ways you could do it. You can drag this up into this layer, I think. I don't really do it that way. So I'm going to paste. And now I am going to transform that. So I'm going to edit, transform, and I'm going to rotate that clockwise. And now I'm going to Command T, and I am going to make this smaller. I'm going to rotate it around. See how I get a curved brush when I go outside of the bounding box. So now I can rotate that to fit that into her hair. Like so. Okay. Once I've placed this in, I want to duplicate this layer. Again, Command J. Pull this above there. I'm going to turn this to lighten. And then I am going to maybe turn that effect off. No, we'll leave that on. We can go into the effect and we can turn that opacity down just a little bit on it. So maybe it's not quite so dark. Yeah, that's better. And now I'm going to go and I'm going to move this around some more. And then create a color mask over it, a layer mask. And then I can brush away the areas that I don't want, just like I did in my previous steps. So, whoops, I'm on the, not on the layer mask. I'm going to rotate that just a little bit more. Get rid of this hard edge here too. And there you have it. That's all you do. You can play around with this opacity a little bit. Actually, I'm going to bring that effect back up to 100%, but I can turn her down a little bit. So that way it blends a little bit better, and I can brush this in a little bit more. See how that blends a lot better? So there you have it. That is how you do your tutorial.